Hey guys, welcome back to our Pokémon Red playthrough. Now you've already gotten your Eevees, you've gotten your Mews, it's time for us to take on one of the first legendary Pokémon available to us, and that is Zapdos, the Bird of Thunder located in the power plant just east of Cerulean City past Route 9. You'll need Surf to get there, you'll need Cut to get there, and a variety of strong Pokémon to be able to withstand the obstacles that could keep you from getting to Zapdos, but Zapdos, again, is at level 50, so you want to make sure that you have some ground-type Pokémon or any type of Pokémon that are resistant to electric attacks just to get through. Let's go ahead and head there now. So there's a variety of things that I do want to talk about real fast before we actually make our way into the power plant, and that is that there are a variety of items laying on the ground that could cause you some confusion if you run into them, in that not all of them are items to pick up and use in and outside of battle. Some of them are Voltorb, some of those are Electrode. You want to avoid those altogether, then just pick up the items that we're going to use here. Now, you'll notice that my Snorlax actually knows Surf. I don't know why I did that. I think it was just for the novelty. I think I might have touched base on it earlier in a video, but I thought, you know what the heck. Snorlax is like one of the very few Pokemon that's not a water type that can learn Surf, so let's go ahead and do that. Additionally, I do have a Gyarados with me who doesn't know Surf, which is kind of redundant. Unfortunately, there isn't a move deleter here, so I'm kind of stuck with Snorlax knowing Surf, but, you know, what are you going to do? Anyway, okay, so a couple of things that are super important. If you haven't done this already, you definitely want to make sure that you have some max repels if you want to avoid any Pokemon that are in here. However, if it is a Pokemon Red version that you're playing, you will run into the Pokemon Red exclusive Electabuzz. They are super rare in here. I might give it a shot and see if I can catch one, but there also are Voltorb, Muck, Grimer, Raichu, Pikachu, Magneton, and Magnemite that you can run into as well. There is a small chance of you catching or running into a Muck if you are playing Pokemon Yellow, but you won't see that in Pokemon Red or Blue. And I think I might have misspoken, actually, now that I think about it. I don't think there's any Electrode here, but regardless, upon entering, the very first ball that you see on the right is actually an item. You can pick that up. That's a Carbos. Let's go ahead and just run from every battle. I was thinking about using the like max repel, but now that I think about it, if I can catch an Electabuzz, I will, but well, it depends on how many Pokemon I run into. Okay, so we're going to catch that, and we're just going to keep on making our way through this. Now, the good news is that the power plant is actually one single solitary floor, so you don't have to worry about getting confused, lost, or any circumstances such as that. Let's go ahead and go down here. We're going to make our way around, and there's a dead end down there. There is an item down there, which is TM33. I forget which one it is, though, so pay that no mind. But if you want to get a TM, if it is valuable, I don't remember, nor do I care. I have a lineup of Pokemon with a variety of attacks that are extremely capable, so I don't really need to teach anybody some new attacks. Let's see. This one is also going to be a Voltorb, so watch out for that. And this one, too, in front of us is also a Voltorb. If you go down a little bit further here, you'll run into another item. It's another TM. I forget which one it is, but again, really not that important. Let's see. Voltorb. Still ran into one of those anyway. Just go ahead and avoid that. You know what? Let's just make this easier. Let's get through this kind of quickly, because I really don't care to catch an Electabuzz. I'm never going to use it in battle, so who cares? Alright, we're going to make our way down, and I'm going to go ahead and use a Max Repel. We're going to go ahead and use that. That should last us, I think. We're just going to go up and around. Man, I wish there was an item you could use that could, like, get rid of the music, because, Jesus, this is really obnoxious. Alright, up in this area, there's a rare candy and an HP up. Again, I don't care about those, so we're just going to go ahead and press on and go up and around. And there's no more Pokemon that should get in our way. We have that that Repel on here, and as well, we, oh wait, yeah, that's a Voltorb actually, so we don't have to worry about that. So there's no other items that you can get through this section, so you can just forget about that. Now, just something else to consider as well. In any circumstance, regardless of what generation of Pokemon that you are going to play, if you ever run into a situation where a standalone Pokemon is like this, always, always, always save it just before the battle, because you never know what can happen. I'm going to do my very best to try and take Zapdos out as simply as possible, but I'm going to start with Raichu. Electric against Electric is not effective at all, and considering that Zapdos outlevels me by 1, I'm just going to try and hope for the best that Raichu here can do Thunder Wave, paralyze him, and then I'll switch to another Pokemon and do some damage. We'll probably want to use Snorlax here, and maybe some Charizard just because they've got high defense. We'll avoid Gyarados, we'll avoid Alakazam with the weak defense, and we'll avoid Mew, but let's go ahead and see what happens. So, running into Zapdos. Now, something else that's super important that you need to consider about Zapdos is that he is a very unique Pokemon in that he is electric and flying type, which means that he can totally power through a variety of Pokemon that most electric types would be weak to, such as like grass type for that matter. But the good news is, even though his electric type attacks probably won't do very well against grass type, his flying type is something that is highly, I guess, resistant and capable against grass type. So he has that alternate type, sort of an element, I guess, if you want to call it that type of Pokemon that he is, meaning that he'll be effective against grass as well as water types, etc., which makes him extremely effective in battle for sure. But again, I'm not really planning on using a Zapdos as my my Pokemon to go to in my lineup. I've got my team. We're good. I'm going to catch this guy and we're going to put him in the box, and that is where he will stay before I can catch Articuno, Moltres, ultimately Mewtwo as well. But let's go ahead and focus on this and catch our Pokemon. So I don't have any Ultra Balls right now. I probably could have obtained some, but I'm kind of okay for now. I don't really mind it. We're going to go ahead and see if we can fight first. Yep, okay, so we're going to use Thunder Wave. We're going to go ahead and paralyze Zapdos. That should give us a momentary upper hand, and we are going to switch over to another Pokemon. Thundershock shouldn't do too much here. Still a little more than I thought, but Thunder against Thunder, no big deal. You know what? Let's spend some time with Raichu. Until Raichu's HP is down quite a bit, I think we should be okay. Okay, good. So Quick Attack, a normal type move, should do quite a bit of damage, and it does, so we're going to go ahead and do that a couple of times. Now, Zapdos does know Drill Peck, I think, which makes... Yep, there it is. Damn, that's going to do a lot of damage. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, see, these are the types of moments where I'm glad that I'm wrong, because if Drill Peck, like I remember back in the day, did the damage that I expected it to, we'd be in a world of hurt. Also, because you are running in the power plant, needless to say, I should have probably brought this up before, make sure you have full heals or paralyzed heals or anything like that, just to prepare yourself for the ultimate and high likelihood that you are going to be paralyzed at some point or another, depending on what Pokemon that you are fighting against. But we could do Quick Attack maybe once or twice. Let's see, how much... do I want to risk it? Well, the good news is here is, like I said, we saved it, so if I do Quick Attack again and it takes him out, then we can just restart and then go from there. I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to push it. This might be a bad idea, but I'm going to push it. It might knock him out. We'll just have to restart if that's the case. Oh, we got so effing lucky. That is fantastic. That couldn't be any better. All right, so now we're going to go to the items. We're going to go grab a Super Potion, and we're going to use that to boost up Raichu again, and then we're going to throw our first ball. In this case, I have myself a variety of... I keep saying variety. Is that like my favorite word for this video? I don't even know what's happening. But anyway, I have a bunch of great balls, so we're going to throw these up and be superstitious, if you know what I'm talking about. Missed the Pokemon. Holy crap. This is going to be a problem. I wonder, do I have any Pokemon that have any status type moves that can bring him down? Probably not. This is going to be a pain. I might not be able to catch Zapdos. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, and bam! Wow, 3 great balls. Okay, just to set the expectation, that was extremely lucky. I'm not exactly sure if whatever algorithm is within this game, if you'll be able to replicate exactly what I did if you have a level 49 Pikachu, or Raichu rather for that matter, that starts off with Thunder Wave, blasts him with a couple of quick attacks, and throws 3 great balls. Maybe. That could be how it is, but we got super lucky, and that was it. We can use an escape rope to get right out of here and hit the nearest Pokemon Center, and then we'll be all set. We got our first legendary Pokemon, Zapdos. He's going to go straight to the box, but there we go. Our journey is going to be coming to an end sooner than later. We've got only 2 more badges that we have to get, and only a few other legendary Pokemon that we need to get through before we make our way to the Elite Four. I almost said Fantastic Four. The Elite Four take on our rival, become the champion, and then go to Cerulean Cave, and then catch a Mewtwo there. Once we do that, our playthrough will be over. But let's go ahead and see if we can get out of here with the escape rope. I bought a variety of those as well. And there you go. Don't forget that if you want to get yourself an Electabuzz and you're playing Pokemon Red, that would be the place to do it. Okay, let me just point out how absurd this is. The escape rope takes me to the last Pokemon Center that I visited, and this just brought me to the Pokemon Center in Saffron City. This escape rope literally allowed me to jump several towns over. That's insanity. But, you know, whatever, Pokemon logic. Ridiculous. Anyway, if you guys found this helpful, be sure to drop a like down below. Any feedback or comments that you have for me are always appreciated. And if you want to subscribe, cool, I'd appreciate that too. And thank you for watching. Always appreciate that as well. So I'll see you guys in the next one. We're going to go ahead and head on over to Cinnabar Island and see if we can take on Blaine, get ourselves the Volcano badge, and buy a few Ultra Balls. Also, while we're on Cinnabar Island, we should be able to restore a couple of legendary, sort of-ish, fossil Pokemon, including Aerodactyl and Kabuto, who evolves into the sickle-handed Kabutops. So, once again, thank you for taking the time to watch this, and I will see you next time in the continuation of our Pokemon Red Nostalgia playthrough. Take it easy.